Warning, this episode contains explicit language. Lord BENTOS is not a medical professional, or any kind of professional for that matter. Anything he says or does is for entertainment value only. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Things like test and talking and stuff like that. I did say a little thing that I had some conversations with my cousin about recording and audio quality. I thought episode 2 had come out a lot better, but as it turns out, I still had to turn it up quite a bit. I turned up my car audio all the way to the top, and it was absolute crap because it was super low. So we found a new method of recording. We're gonna test it out and see if it can get the job done. And if not, we can still. Oh shit! If it doesn't come out well, then we're gonna have to think of plan C, huh? There's a spider over there. I need food and stuff. I'm dying. My poor heart. Okay. So yeah, I decided to use a recording software that I had called Ableton instead of OBS to record my audio. We're gonna see if that comes out cleaner and louder. I also did take a look at the gameplay recording afterwards, and it was very sloppy. I don't know if I can do much about that. But once I get the audio down, I'm going to work on the video, and then once I get the video down, I'm going to work on graphics. I figured I need to put some things that get people's attention to this podcast. Also, I realized that I gave this warning way towards the end of the podcast, but this podcast is not intended for children. If you are under the age of 18, please stop listening, even though I'm playing Minecraft, or just mute it, because I'm not going to put any obscene graphics. But if I hope a parent's listening, please turn off the podcast. For your kid, this is not a kid's show. I have my kids in the room, so I'll also be mindful about what I say. But, we'll just keep it to no bad words, huh? Bad words are bad. Okay, so I'm also not a doctor because I tend to give out medical advice for some reason. It's not medical advice, so this is just what I do. And if you do have a medical issue, please consult your doctor, your physician, your primary caregiver, and then let them know what's up. It's like, hey doc, I have a chest pain. What's wrong with me? Ask them, right? I don't know anything about chest pains. Is there another warning I have to give? I have no sponsors, so I have no... Ooh, I already had some chicken in here. I have no sponsors. I have no people sponsoring, purchasing. I don't sell anything. I'm just doing this for fun. So go at it. Okay. Over the week, I was trying to think of topics to talk about for this show, and I could not think of any topics. I just talked to a couple of friends and tell them, hey, I started my podcast. But only one of them asked, hey, what's the link so I can listen? I realized that other people aren't really interested in hearing what you want to say, which is fine. This isn't a show for them. I already talked to them in real life. What new do I have to tell them? Oh, look, I had chicken or beef here. Okay, start eating here. Even my cousin, who was giving me all this advice about audio, didn't really show interest about listening to my show. It's fine. I'm alone. My 4 subscribers and me are alone in this journey. I also realized that people, I did get some people to listen from random places. And I realized that they probably dropped off a minute into the recording because it was so bad that it has no value. I also don't have any cool music or sound effects or anything like that. That's going to be another thing that I want to really work on. Oh, you know what I want to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the second floor of my building. I have a problem with monsters right now, and they're eating, or they're taking over all these things. So let's get working on getting some wood. I'm already cooking some iron, and let's get our building on. Okay, I did have a mine shaft down there, and we discovered an abandoned mine railroad. We called it the Underground Railroad, but we also expressed that this is a world where slavery does not exist, so there is no need for underground business. It's just so you know. And so what's new with you guys? What's did you guys get to listen to my top 10? I'm gonna make a new top 10 towards the end of the show. But did you guys think about what your favorite, or what does heaven look like? Because as some of us discovered, there is a lot of mystery about what heaven is. If you have the willpower to listen to the previous episode, man, that sounds very corny. It sounds like I'm really putting a lot of effort into getting you guys to listen to the second episode, even though I just described it as a terrible episode audio wise. But that's you get into that mindset of, oh, I want people to listen. You first start in with you're first doing this, be like, oh, I'm just doing this for fun, as long as I'm having fun, right? Because no one expects that you're gonna get anything out of it. And then the conversation, your mind starts to think like, oh no, it's just for fun, but what if I did get all these subscribers, and what if I started my own media company, and I should just open up a media company here by my house so I don't have to travel, because my commute right now is super long. I'm not complaining. It's not a complaint. I'm just talking about life. Also, when you say that you're not complaining, does that mean that you're complaining? Are you still complaining even though you acknowledge that you're not complaining? Any insight into that? I'm kind of curious about that, right? Like, how are you able to talk about your issues and what you're going through without sounding like you're just complaining? I am very, very curious about that. At what point is it appropriate to just talk about the issues? Whatever you might be going through, and not sound like you're just rambling and complaining. I guess the other thing is do you want to sound like someone who just always has problems? And do you want to sound like, should I build my stairs from in here? I think I should build it from in here. Yeah, puppy?
How come my mom?
After, in a little bit, okay? After I'm done recording. Okay. Not right now, Papa. Okay.
Please.
After I'm done recording, Papa, you can call. Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Yeah. If he, I'm gonna whisper. If he calls his mom right now, she's gonna end up on the recording, and I don't want to hear her. You didn't hear that. I hope you guys didn't hear that either. Unless this mic is really good and the audio volume is really good, but whatever. Okay. We're done with that. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, complaints. So if you start telling someone an issue, a problem that you're going through, maybe a disagreement with a coworker or somebody of whatever's, when is that going considered just like venting versus a complaint? I guess I am kind of curious if it also, I guess, depends on who you're talking to, right? It can be someone that you trust, that you know you can just go and tell somebody something without their needing any sort of intervention. You know, some people like to take ownership. Coworker and I were talking about this. Like some people just like to kind of almost take over and own a problem, versus others just listen and just hear what you have to say, and they know that you're just venting. You're just letting it out, you know. They're acting as a therapist, as a counselor or something. And that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. It's someone, you just need an ear. And those interactions are so valuable because sometimes you do just need to let it out, right? And that feels good. I do feel bad for some individuals out there who don't have that ability to just let it out. What? Ooh, there's monsters. It's just kind of sad, you know. Oh, man, can't sleep. You know, it's you know, especially if you are going through something big, you can't talk to anyone about it, or you might even this is the worst one, I think, when you are going through a very serious issue and you're ashamed of the issue itself. And so you feel like you can't mention it to anybody, your friends, your loved ones, close people to you, coworkers. And when you're going through that at the heat of the moment, right? That's when it's the probably the worst time, where you just want to bury yourself in dirt and never come out and hope that no one ever is engaged with you. I don't know. You just don't want to be a part of life. It might feel like, and that's that can be sad. That can be upsetting. And at least for me, I don't know if this is the same for you. You do not want to talk about it. You feel like just staying quiet and silent is the best way to cope and deal with things. I feel you if you're going through that. I've been in that situation myself. And I don't know why, but it can be very hard to just kind of let it out and tell somebody something. And it does take a person, like if you are going to be telling somebody things that are very big for you and intimate and embarrassing and things that bring you shame, that is the that requires you to make sure you trust that individual and not someone that's going to go and gossip about it. We all love a good gossip, right? But otherwise, if you don't have that individual, it's tough. Very, very tough. And so you have to, what's worse is when you do find that individual, but for whatever reason you lost communication with that individual, and that was like the only individual that you can tell it to, and that individual is gone, and they're no longer there to hear you out or oh no, am I gonna die? Fuck! Oh no! Why are you killing me? No!
It's behind you. See, I told you, Dad.
Sorry. Yeah, you did, puppy. Thank you. I don't know. I didn't even touch him. It's messed up. Punk. What did I ever do to you? What? Did he take my things? Oh, here we go. I didn't even do nothing. It's just being a punk rocker. That just made me think of Green Day. I used to love listening to Green Day. And I know we were just talking about your special someone. I used to love listening to Green Day. I was a kid when these guys were huge or whatever. And as I got older, I realized like these guys kind of stayed like as a kid mentality, getting involved with politics now. And it's like it was kind of a turnoff when I started hearing Green Day as an old man. I'm an old man. Oh yeah, I was gonna go get some wood. Okay. I remember my objective here. And I was not there was this video I saw online. They had to stop the show. Security comes in and they rush through the stage and they tell them, you have to stop playing. I guess there was a drone flying by, and the people on the comments were like, that's, they're so lame. It's just a drone. What's that to you? And then I started to see other comments. Have you heard of like drones with weaponry and predator drones and all this crap? And I'm like, okay, first of all, there's not gonna be a predator drone driving through a Green Day concert. Who's like gonna hurt Green Day? I don't think they have enemies. They're a little opinionated on some things here and there, but I mean, it's a fine group of guys, I guess. But anyway, what I was saying is that they kind of felt to me like they were out of touch. Yeah, they probably have regular people problems and stuff like that, right? We all have people problems. Their problems are probably a little bit different than the regular man's problems, woman's problems. But they just, I don't know if they get it. They grew up with this like mentality of punk rock and against the man, and I don't know if they were anarchists or whatever. I don't even know if that's an accurate statement to begin with, like what they were truly all about. But they were, kind of seen as a rebel group. And now they're out there, playing punk rock still, but you gotta wonder, like, hey, I grew up. I'd like to believe I grew up, and now I have new thoughts and new opinions, and I I valued things differently. But Green Day, did you guys grow up? If you did grow up, are you now just doing an act? Are you just doing it to please who? Like who are you trying to please now? Because I don't think your older fan base thinks the way they used to think. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a small percent out there. I'm gonna say maybe 10% out there, but the majority of your fans, I think, they all grew up. They had kids. They had to start working. They had to. What else did they have to do? Go grocery shopping. They had to buy new clothes, let go of their punk rock clothing. You know.
Dad,
Yeah, puppy.
you're done.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not done yet. I still got like let me see, what does the timer say on this? I still got like 40 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right. And so the fans are no longer the same fans. You know, they think differently, right? And they're thinking about their family and their future, and they're thinking about saving up for retirement or making sure that they make their payments on time, things of that nature. And Green Bay hasn't written a song about paying the mortgage on time. Don't want to be an American idiot. What is that, an American idiot? A person that pays the rent on time? A person that goes to work every day? A person... Oh, did I get I need a new pickaxe. This house is looking interesting. Is it a person that... has health problems and now they went to go get surgery, whatever it may be, and they're in full debt, and now they're like, you know, stressed out that they have to make a choice. Do I pay this medical bill, or do I pay my electric bill? And so they become frustrated with the system. They get frustrated with the current government system. They feel like if I keep doing this, I'm going to lose certain rights. They have protection. They work so hard to try and build their own protection, right? Whatever that protection system is. Having a stable job and having a vehicle that gets them there, and having things that they need for their kids, making sure that they go to the best school. They start thinking like, am I saving up for my kids college funds and stuff like that, right? So these people now have protections that they built to try and make sure that they have the best for their family. And those people were once Green Day fans, but now Green Day is continuing to talk. You know, I don't even know what the song "American Idiot" is about. By the way, it might just be about politicians or whatever. But I get the sense "American Idiot," right? It makes me feel like, why are you attacking Americans and labeling them as a idiot when it's just a group of people that really are just working hard and to provide for their family. You know what? Let me look this up. I might just be talking out of my butt. American Idiot lyrics. Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under new media. And you can hear the sound of hysteria. The subliminal mind F America. Welcome to a new kind of tension. all across the Alien Nation. Oh, Alien Nation. Where everything is meant to be okay.
Micah. What? No.
And television dreams of tomorrow were not the ones
no.
meant to follow. That's enough to argue. So is it like listening to everything the media says and stuff like that? Is that what an American idiot is? One that just accepts the message? Okay. Green Day. What am I? Did Green Day endorse? Okay. Yeah. So I searched, did Green Day endorse Kamala Harris? We're going into politics, baby. Did Green Day, it says Green Day frontman Billy Joe Armstrong announces support for Joe Biden. Trump has to go. And I'm sure he's now endorsing Kamala because he's not endorsing Trump. But it makes you wonder, maybe, I mean, this isn't a hot take. I'm sure some other people have already mentioned this, right? Of what an American idiot is. And maybe at the time when the song came out, I wasn't like really like whatever about it. Like, okay, yeah, it's a song. Just get over it. But if it is truly about someone that listens to the media, they don't take a moment to really understand the issues and how it's affecting people. And they just listen to things as it is. Guess what? An endorsement for Biden, and I don't think he's officially, Armstrong officially has endorsed Kamala Harris. Beautiful woman, by the way. To me says that, hey, are you now the American idiot, just listening to whatever the media is saying about what politicians you should vote? Because I don't hear any news media saying you should vote. Actually, no, that's wrong. Fox News is saying you should vote for Trump for sure. But I don't hear any other media sources. So unless either the media sources determined that they were going to do good and they were going to be honest and they were going to be fair and whatever. If that's the case, then the song American Idiot is no longer applicable. Otherwise, if they decided that, they can still have control, media control, right? Over 1, 2, 3, 4, over the American people, then they feel like the best candidate to help them keep that control is Kamala Harris. All right, let me continue reading the lyrics. Where everything isn't meant to be okay, and television dreams of tomorrow are not the ones who meant to follow. Well, maybe I'm they use the F word, drama. I'm not part of a redneck agenda. Not everybody do the propaganda and sing along to the age of paranoia. Man, that song it's a good song. That's a good song, American Idiot. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it when it came out. And that message is very interesting. It's just very interesting because if it were true to its nature, you would assume that the Green Day band is doesn't support either candidate. But if you supported Joe Biden and they wrote this song, you're like, dude, are you serious? Like,
how much seconds?
It's not seconds, Papi. I think we still got like 30 minutes.
20, 30?
Yeah.
23?
30.
30, alright.
Okay. They're kind of singing against what they have. They're living their lives against what they were once singing about. All right. So with that conclusion, to me, it does sound like Green Day has grown up, but they haven't stuck to that message, which is perfectly fine for me. But they're still making money off that message, right? And they're still making music, and they sing those songs, and it's a cool song, and yeah, whatever, man. They're still trying to make you believe that they're against the media and their public message in a public forum, and then they go and endorse Joe Biden. Come on, dude. Seriously, threat to democracy by voting for Donald Trump? You're joking, right? I mean, it's kind of like a buzzword, threat to democracy. I hear it all the time. Why are you voting for Kamala Harris? Well, our democracy is at stake. Steak and eggs. That sounds really good right now. Our democracy is at steak and eggs. Okay. I'm trying to come up with a take on this, and I'm not coming up with anything, so I'm going to stop talking because I can't even myself really. Okay, that's okay. That's this house looks really ugly. I'll just do that. Okay. All right. Anyway, Green Day isn't really a band about punk rock anymore. They're old man now, and they have they're clearly Democrats, and that's okay. You can be a Democrat. No one's faulting you for being a Democrat. Just don't be a hypocrite, man. All right? If you guys were true punk rockers, true to the message of punk rock, you wouldn't have endorsed Kamala Harris. Or, whoops, sorry, not Harris. Joe Biden. That's all I'm saying. You would have endorsed the Jill something Feinstein, Jill Stein. I think that's her name. That's who you would have endorsed. Maybe RFK Jr., although people didn't like RFK Jr. because he had the audacity to just question vaccines. The audacity that he did not agree with government officials and was just trying to understand the science. Oh, and I'm gonna now be labeled as a person who doesn't trust the science. By the way, I was vaccinated. I went to go get my vaccination. I got boosted. And then I didn't get any vaccinations after that, okay? So I am not anti-vax at the time. I thought that was the best thing for me, and I did it. And thankfully, I don't believe I've been feeling any sort of health complications or anything like that. But what we did find was that it was probably better if you got COVID. Now, unfortunately for the really unhealthy people, it meant their demise. And that's unfortunate. I was fortunate that I was healthy, and I did. I guess I could have saved lives. You know what? I take that back. I did ask my mom. My sister and I were asking my mom to go get vaccinated because she was elderly, and we wanted her to keep living, obviously. So we gave her some good talks. Go get vaccinated, Mom. She's like, no. And my mom was actually the big conspiracy theorist in our family. And we just pushed and pushed and pushed. And eventually she got it. Now I haven't gotten any more vaccinations after that, as I said. Eventually I did get COVID. And it wasn't that bad. Honestly, you know what, the thing that messes with you COVID wise is your mental health. And I can't talk about this. Like I said, I'm not a medical professional or anything like that. but for me, how COVID affected me the worst is my mental health. And I first started experiencing like memory loss. This might sound funny, but I feel like I couldn't really think. I couldn't really focus on things. I had a really hard time just trying to get my thoughts out. And I felt like I went through that period for a good like 3 months maybe. I think I read up that it was considered long COVID or something like that. I felt tired. I felt, and I don't know if this is the result of COVID or what, but I started getting anxiety, and that was probably the worst part. And again, I don't know if that's related to COVID. It could be like a byproduct of just like the society, the economy, everything's crashing. So you start to get, you start to feel a certain way. You start to act a certain way. Things aren't the same as they were before. You've been wanting to buy a house, you can no longer even afford rent. Things like that. Ooh, there's the cave I wanted. Okay. And it's near the house. Perfect. But it's not, and you know what, I think what it is, as I just think about this, it's not this, a direct result of getting COVID, right? It's the fact that we're going through a pandemic, and everything's going to crap, and we're all struggling in one way or another. Some of us more than others. Some of us are suffering. We lost a loved one. We got oh dang it. Some of us got laid off. So some of us suffered financially, maybe even both. Right? You lost a loved one and lost your job. Very terrible time.
Scars.
And I don't know where I'm at. I'll tell you when, Papa. It's almost, I think I have, let me see. Got 20 minutes, okay?
20 minutes?
Yes, Puppy, you just spoke with her too. It's okay. It's okay. And what am I going to build here? Let me do it now. Let me just finish it.
Oh, what the?
And so all of those things came at a point where we thought 2020 was going to be the best, right? A new era, and it never gets better, right? Is there a year where it turned a new year and you're like, this is my year and this is going to be the best and this and that? Actually, I think 99 kind of felt like that. How old was I? I think I was 11 when it turned 99, or I was 10. I was going to turn 11. I think that's what it is. My mom made a birthday party for me when I turned 10, so I guess it would have been the year before. I kind of felt that was the way. New age, new me. But after that, has there ever been a year that we've had where I have felt like this is going to be the best year yet? I don't think so. Maybe 2020. Oh, that's how you felt. But I think by 2020, there was already like news stories that there was some sort of outbreak happening. And, but we didn't really know much and we just kind of dismissed it. And I remember working at work, a coworker was tracking this pandemic tracker. I called it an epidemic. And she corrected me. It's like, it's a pandemic. It's universal. And I'm like, I thought epidemic was like for the world or whatever. And then pandemic was like for the universe. And hey, guess what? Is Mars getting COVID? I don't think so. They probably have some more worse crap out there. But the tracker was showing all this like scary things, like it's spreading. It was actually really cool to track and watch. And my girlfriend said she went to go visit her dad at his home, and he had a bunch of newspapers on the wall with scribblings and writings and taking notes of what was happening. You know, it was a pretty big deal. Okay, I think I got a good 2-story home going on here. Okay, but I don't think anybody wants to continue hearing about politics or the pandemic. I think we're all sick and tired of it, so I'm going to change the topic. I'm going to go back. This all just stemmed out of the conversation about having a person that you could talk to, and that person leaves, and you're like, who am I supposed to talk to now? I guess the scenario is if you had a person that you talked to and then they left or something like that. Anyway. But when you find out that that person isn't there anymore, then you're like, well, who the heck do I talk to now? And hopefully you have somebody that you can reach out to, you know, like your partner. Maybe you have a kid that's grown enough. Maybe they're not, you know, developed mentally as you are. Maybe they are. Who knows? But kids, they do understand what's happening, right, in their own way. And even just when you show emotion towards them, they know, right? And they're not like emotionally dumb or anything like that. Like, they feel those things, and if you yell, they feel it. They feel the anger, all those things, which really you have to be careful, right? Because you also don't want to hurt them emotionally. But if you have a kid that you can talk to, I know my oldest is starting to get to that point where the conversations are starting to evolve, and they feel a little different, and you can talk about a little bit more about adult conversations with your kids. And I do encourage you have those conversations if you have an older kid with them, and just try and talk to them like if, you know, you were just talking to a friend or a coworker. You know, obviously you can't tell them everything, but ease your way into it. Those conversations I have found are so meaningful, where you don't think it's you know, you think you might just be talking just to talk or whatever, but I think your kids appreciate that sort of thing, because they feel included. They feel like, hey, I am part of the family. My mom, my dad just came to me and spoke to me about this thing. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's like a curious. I think I got kind of lucky with this land. I know it looks kind of ugly, but I feel like there's some big plans here. Okay. But I feel like if you put yourself in a vulnerable position with your kid, they're going to see that you're just a human, and that you're also going through things, and that you're not necessarily invincible. And I know, like, there's that image like, dad's tough, he'll take it or whatever. But when they see that, they notice that, I think they take you a little bit more serious. And I think that's maybe part of my problem as a person in general, is that I joke around so much in real life, where a lot of people don't take me seriously. And it's kind of like a conscious choice. Maybe it's subconscious. I don't know. But there are times where I kind of long for like a meaningful conversation, something deep and stuff like that. But then I can't like I have to say something funny. It's so I have to say a little joke or something just to kind of lighten the mood. But that's like my reaction of try. Benny, can you try and be serious for a moment? I'm trying to say something. And sorry, I just realized that I'm a leg shaker. I shake my legs a lot. I don't know what that's about, but when I shake my legs, I produce noises, pant noises, short noises. And I've been shaking my legs all throughout the podcast, and I just realized that I was hearing the pants, my shorts move. Like, you hear that? Must be annoying. It's like I'm a dog wagging its tail. It's just I always have to wag my legs. So whether it's a kid or whether it's a your spouse, your girlfriend, a coworker, it's always nice to kind of let it out, and just as long as you have that one person where you can just really be yourself and not like have to worry about like what are they gonna say, what are they gonna think, how are they gonna respond, are they gonna take it personal. As long as you have that one person, I think you'll be all right. What's up, puppy? What are you looking for? And if you don't have that one person, I feel bad, man. It's tough. I am not offering my services to lend a ear. Like, what the heck, Benny? We're just talking. You just got all serious and said, hey, you should have that one person. But I have no good advice, honestly. I mean, a lot of people go through some really dark moments in their lives. So, you know what? If you do want to talk about it and you're listening to this, send me a message. How about that? Maybe we'll record it. Put your problems out there to the world. I know I was talking to a coworker maybe a month or two ago, and I told her I really want to make a gossip podcast, and like a podcast where people call in and talk about gossip about a friend or family or a coworker or something like that, and they just like tell us the juicy details and stuff like that. And I just kept thinking about that over and over, like, oh man, it would be so cool. And then I started listening to the gossip podcasts, and that was super fun. I'm like, man, this is so cool. Like, oh, I love gossip. And I really do love gossip. I mean, every moment I get an opportunity to tell my work bestie that I have some gossip, I do it. Because it's fun. I mean, we're not hurting anybody, I think. It's not like I'm posting it online or anything like that, you know. But I did make me realize that we could be hurting somebody. Well, especially if I put it on as a recording, as a podcast, I don't have a very good way to. I wanted to do it live, and I realized that people are probably just gonna start saying their real names and stuff like that. So live would probably not be a good format. If it was recorded, I would have to make sure I do bleep out names. I realized it was gonna be a lot of work just to hear some juicy details about somebody or someone or something. And then I kind of went back on it. Maybe once I really do have to figure out this format because I need to get better at it. Oh, and I did hear. I did go back and listen to my episode 2. I couldn't listen to episode 1. It was like unlistenable, like physically unlistenable. Like not because although I do sound. I don't like listening to my voice, but I went back, and I found some areas of opportunity to improve the way I talk and present myself. So now I am being a little critical about it. Like the word I just said. And I'm gonna use the season 1 as a practice season. And I will listen to every episode. Just so that I can. What's up, baby?
I gotta take Brian to his hair appointment.
Okay. Love you.
Are you gonna watch my kid?
Yeah. Bring him up here. Okay.
Hey.
Micah just stole something. Oop. He's running away from his brother because he knows he shouldn't have stole whatever it is that he stole. This kid's a funny kid. And what was I talking about? It's nighttime. My mind shifted.
Listen to Lily.
I need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And so I want to listen to the recordings of my episode just so I can hear myself talking and get better and stop saying so many times. That is a little annoying, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm learning. And I realize I probably talked to a lot of people like this already. And they're used to hearing me talk this way. So I need to. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I just started doing it right now. So I started to be mindful of the us I was saying, and I started thinking more about what I was going to say. That's dangerous, isn't it? When you have to be super careful about the words that you have to say, because it doesn't come out so naturally. Maybe I will get to a point where I can talk naturally without all of the filler words. But if I don't, that's because I am talking comfortably and as a robot, and everything is careful and calculated. And let's get rid of this crap here. Okay, this house sucks. This episode was kind of a bummer, and okay, let me think. So I think at the beginning, whether it was this recording or the test recording, I said something like, I was trying to think of topics that I would talk about so that I had something to talk about. And I didn't write down any topics. I just went in freestyle. What am I going to do today? Oh, let me finish it off by saying this. Okay. Football's back. Hell yeah. Watch the first game, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens. That game was so cool, so crazy. For some reason, the refs were like all over the illegal formation call. It was so annoying, but the Ravens got killed for that. They just kept getting pushed back. I didn't hear that many illegal formation calls against the Chiefs. So guess what? We all now know, they made it evident to everybody in the world that the refs are going for the Chiefs again. And they're going to try and get them that 3-in-a-row win. Unfortunately for the Chiefs, that means that the rest of America, anyone that is not a Chiefs fan, is now against the Chiefs. they are against the Chiefs because they have the refs on their side. And I don't know. Like, it boggles my mind that the referees would do such a thing. I was talking to another coworker. You're gonna hear a lot of coworker conversations. Nothing about work, just private stuff. Who said that it's clear that they got a directive from the organization, the NFL organization, that they needed to conduct themselves a certain way so that plays and all that are in the benefit of the Chiefs. And I told him, I don't know if I believe in that. He believes in that. I mean, he justified it pretty well. I thought he had some good arguments. He pretty much always has pretty good arguments. But it was to me, it still felt too far-fetched. Like, I don't believe the NFL would do this. And this is the argument he said. If the organization was not in on it, that means that the refs would then be in trouble if it was discovered that they were colluding amongst themselves. Because that was my argument, that it was the refs colluding and not the organization. And I still believe it's still the refs. It's not the organization. But I could be wrong. I guess I need to see more of it. But he was totally that was his argument, and he was totally in on it. Like, that's what he believed, and I think it's gonna just take me a couple of more games to kind of maybe believe that same way. I'd like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and maybe that's a flaw, maybe not, but I like to believe that people are generally good. And if the NFL ever betrays me, I am going to make my own football organization. And I'm going to have these teams switch over to my organization. Well, actually, the first thing I would do... Okay. So here's my top 10. What would you do if you had a ton of money, you're a billionaire, and oh shit, fuck. Okay, I need to run. I'm getting poisoned. What would you do if you had a ton of money? Your top 10 things that you would do if you had a bunch of money. I'm not going to say the dollar amount, but essentially think of it as money ain't a thing, and you can do whatever it is that you want, and you have a constant amount of cash flow. What would you do? Go to my safe place, my bedroom, right here in the corner, and I'm going to type out, coming in at number 10. I would build a football team for Tucson, Arizona, called the Tucson Pricks. Coming in at number 10. So that's what I would do. I would make a football team first. Tucson, Arizona. Build my own stadium. Probably the stadium would have to be around the... Should it be Marana? Maybe Marana. If not, southeast Tucson, where I see that a lot of land while driving in the freeway there. That'd be a good excuse to make that freeway section like a 4 lanes per side or something like that because yes, Papa. You wanna watch something on Bluey? Here.
No, God.
You wanna watch Cars?
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. I'm setting up the
Gigo.
Okay, here, puppy. Here. All right. So I would make my own football team, and then following at number 9.
Mom.
Make my own football organization and compete against the NFL.
No.
If I had a ton of money anything, I would also open up my new business. So my new business, open up a, what kind of business? I guess I have a football business. So create a football business, create a media business, and create a food restaurant business, starting with my first restaurant chain called Tacos VIP. What, puppy? Oh, I misspelled tacos. Tacos.
No, baby.
Puppy, you need to go to use the restroom?
I saw a text come.
Okay, wait up. I'll be right back.
No, baby.
You need to use the restroom?
No, baby. No.
Brother's not there. He left. See, he's gone. Come on, let's go use the restroom. You need to use the restroom?
Oh, no, baby. Oh, no, baby.
You need to go use the restroom?
No, baby.
No? Okay, well come watch the tablet. Mommy and brother left to go get a haircut. Okay?
No.
It's okay. Where's the tablet? Where'd you put the tablet? Okay. What number was I at? 8. Okay, 7.
Wait, you're texting them?
Yes, I'm writing on the screen, Papa. If money weren't a thing, what? You need to go use the restroom?
No.
Where's the tablet? Can you help Micah get the tablet? I'm almost done.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Just help him get them. I'm just writing out my top 10 and then I'll finish.
What?
I'm just writing out my top 10 and I'll finish. Go help Micah get the tablet, please. Thank you. Okay, no, don't help him. Don't help him. He's gonna get upset now.
No.
Okay. All right. Number 7. If money weren't a thing, I would work in government.
I'm going downstairs.
I don't think I would be a politician, but maybe I'd have like a one of those. What are they called? Where they go in and influence politicians and all that stuff. They're called lobbyists. Lobbyist. I think that's lobbyist. Lobbyist. Okay, well, however that's spelled. Work in government as a lobbyist, and I would go and influence our politicians. Influence politicians. Now the bullies are fighting. Oh my gosh. Hey! Why are you guys fighting?
I didn't fight.
I gotta wrap this up. Okay, number 6. Starting or March 6, I would. Damn, maybe I don't need that much money. Guys, please. No arguing. Oh, you know what I would do? I would run and participate and coordinate ultra marathons around my little city here. My little city here. And yeah. Okay, Papi, I'm almost done, okay? Don't, but you can't be fighting, Papi. Go get the tablet. Jojo, can you come? Jojo,
What?
can you come up here and then let Micah get the tablet, please?
Micah, come here. No.
Okay. What number was I at? Okay, so number 5. I would build music and DJ around the world. It's interesting that I could do a lot of these things now. I don't really need money, but you start to think, like, maybe this is how billionaires think. Like, what would I do if I had a ton of money? And then they just do it, right? With not a ton of money. And then, boom, they do it. You just really have the drive and the dedication. But sometimes you think, like, oh, I need all this money to be able to do all these things. It's not, I don't think that's... Hey, guys, why are you guys fighting?
He started fighting. I didn't.
Micah, no fighting.
Mama.
Oh, Kiara, come here, Kiara. Okay. All right.
Mama.
No, it's okay. Did you find the tablet?
Yes, he did.
Okay. All right. Coming in at number 4. Am I gonna do something charitable, like help the people and stuff like that? No, I am not, and that's because I already got greedy and evil, right? With all this money. But no, what I would do is give people jobs. Continued.
What? Stop.
Micah, come here. Come here, Micah. Do you need help? Okay, give me a sec. I'll be right back. Where are you? Come here. Come here. Sit. It's buddy. Okay. Do you want to call Mama? And then here, you can sit. Yeah, you can sit right here, okay?
Mama.
Okay, let me put this down and I'll give you the phone.
Mama.
Okay. Here, you can call Mommy.
Mama.
Okay. Click on Mommy.
Mama.
Here. There you go. Okay, so I think I just want to elaborate on number 4. I'm back. Number 4 means give people jobs, but good quality, high benefits, retirement options, promotion options.
Hi, Mama.
I think if I'm doing all this,
Hi, Mama.
all these different kind of businesses and stuff like that, I definitely want to have employees that are happy and that are engaged and all that stuff. So I would want them to be like, no, I'm gonna go work for Lord BENTOS. That guy can give me a steady job in a career that I enjoy and love and things like that. But I don't think I would hand out money. I don't think I would be charitable. It sounds kind of mean, right? Coming in at number 3. If I had all the money in the world, not all the money in the world, but yeah, I do want to make my own whiskey and cigar business. More jobs. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just a businessman. If I have money, that's interesting. I'm not like buying stuff. I guess I could buy stuff, right? But I think that's kind of like a given. Like you just buy all this crap when you think about money, but you don't think about investments and stuff. Okay, coming on number 2. It's getting a little tough here with all this money that I have, huh? All this imaginary money. But if I had all this imaginary money, I would... Darn. I can't think of things that I would do with money. It's kind of like the conversation I was having about heaven, like what does the perfect heaven look like? And especially when you have 10 things that you got to list out, you're like, what the heck? Is this what heaven looks like? But you know what? This is, I mean, thankfully, I don't require health care. Create a free hospital. So I thankfully today I don't require healthcare, but the stories that I've been hearing, friends, loved ones, co-workers, the things that they get into financially, just trying to take care of their health, is insane. It makes me angry of the things that they have to go through when it comes to healthcare. All the hospital bills, the doctor visits, the prescriptions, the medications.
Mama.
Yes, Papa. All that angers me, because these corporations, these hospitals, these medical folks, they're a business. That's their goal, is to make money. Their goal is not to cure people. Their goal is to make money out of people that are suffering from diseases. And that makes my blood boil. So it's obvious that the government can't really create any sort of system to have, they call it affordable healthcare or whatever. I would just, if I had all the money in the world, I would just give free healthcare to everybody. And as a lobbyist, I'd be able to influence, I hope. Hopefully I have a good, sales pitch. Even though I'm not selling anything, they're going to be like, well, what's in it for me? Hi, am I going to get money? No, you dumbass. You're not going to get any money. What I'm suggesting here is that everybody gets free health care.
Bye, Mama. Bye, Mama.
So I would compete against these businesses, and
Bye, Mama.
we have to pay these people. So I would have to use the money that I have from my other businesses to fund healthcare. Eventually, I would have to create my own medicinal labs and stuff like that. So it's really more like paying the people that make the drugs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you have to just start making your own, like have your own labs and testing and scientists and stuff like that, so they can try and develop the best drugs in the world. You obviously want to pay them a good amount, right?
Mama, wait, Mama. Wait.
I don't know if, hey, guys. No, just give it to him. Just give it to him.
You're good.
Okay. You have to do all that. That model is going to be tricky, right? How do you get someone to work for free? That's essentially impossible. So you have to figure out a way to be able to pay these guys so that they come and research for you. But maybe there's a lot of charitable people out there. I don't know. But I would have to figure out a way to pay these guys, pay the nurses, pay the doctors, pay the drug companies. I mean, but I feel like that's gonna be a very hard thing to do, obviously. But once you start doing it on your own, I feel like that's gonna start regulating the market. And so if you are in the drug business or whatever business it is, healthcare business, and then you start to see that there's this guy out there offering free healthcare and stuff like that, guess what? You no longer have a business. You no longer have money coming in. And guess what? You start to lower your prices. Or maybe you go out of business. Who knows? But there is going to be a point in time where, I mean, this thing that they're doing, it's not sustainable. It's going to crash. And I want to be the reason it crashes. So coming in at number 2 is provide free health care. Coming in at number 1, can you buy freedom? Is freedom free? I would buy freedom. What does freedom mean to you? Well, to me, it means that you are free to do just about anything you want without hurting you or somebody else. And I don't think we really have freedom at this point. We talk about, everybody goes again, talk about democracy, and it's going into anyway, if you have freedom and you can really do what it is that you want to do, that is a beautiful thing. Damn it, does that mean I have to be a politician now if I had unlimited money? But considering I have unlimited money, I don't have to do what other people tell me to do. You know what I mean? It would be a true freedom party. Oh, that's what I would do. I would create a political party. I'm tired of the Republicans. I'm tired of the Democrats. They're really just the same. So coming in at number 1, freedom. Create a freedom political party. And the values are simple. You have freedom. Yeah, we still probably have to pay taxes. It's not like a libertarian party or anything like that. But I feel like as long as everybody pays taxes, it's covered. The rich, the poor, they all pay the same amount. Businesses are not people, because they're not. So they wouldn't have any political influence over our rights, over what we're allowed to do, what we want to do. Again, you're not hurting anybody. You're not hurting yourself. Well, I guess if you could have the freedom to hurt yourself, but why would you when you have freedom? It's a perfect utopia. And, okay, what do you guys think? That was my top 10. This is a very ugly house. But I just built it because I wanted to go away from the monsters, and I'm gonna stay with these beautiful horses here. Okay, thanks for listening. You know what? I will write down a list of items that I want to talk about next time, because I was not as inspired as I thought I would be, but that's fine. I'm gonna oh man, I went an hour and 19 minutes. Okay, I just went rambling. But tune in next week. Hopefully it gets better, because I don't feel it getting better. It's all sad. All right. Thanks, everyone. We did it. Bye.